Hello and welcome to I Want to Grow, and I Want to Grow is all about that, right? It's about our growth. But today is something totally different. What we're doing is we're celebrating the British Council, and they've been around for 90 years. 90 years. And can you imagine? They are creating so many ripples that have now turned into waves all around the globe. And today we have a special guest. Aya, thank you so much for coming on our podcast.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Thank you so much for having me today.
Just tell me a bit about yourself and what you do and we're going to talk about FameLab.
All right.
But tell me about yourself first.
All right, let's go. Okay, so my name is Aya Aboulazm. I'm a pharmacist currently living in Doha, Qatar. I've got my master's degree in healthcare innovation from Arizona State University, and I've got my bachelor degree in pharmacy from Ain Shams University in Egypt. Currently, I'm working as a product specialist in allergy and immunology domain. And I would like to say that I've successfully and single-handedly introduced innovative allergy products to Hamad Medical Corporation and other private hospitals. And last but not the least, I was the national winner of FameLab Qatar and an international finalist in Cheltenham Festivals in the UK the same year.
Wow.
Ooh, wow, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
And this journey seems to have started with you with the FameLab.
Yes, correct.
How did that all start and what was it like for you?
Yeah, this is actually a really interesting question because I remember the date that I started very well because it was in 2018. And the reason I remember this date so vividly because back at the time I was working on the most overwhelming project I've ever had to work on. But it's still the dearest to my heart. So the name of the project is Layla.
Okay.
And she's 6 years old today. So I remember that once I started with FameLab, Layla was only 3 months old. So she was very tiny. But what people might not have realized back then is that I was suffering from postpartum depression. Because nobody can understand how overwhelming this whole journey and your transition into motherhood. So through FameLab, I just wanted for myself to understand more about postpartum depression and also to help other people understand and reduce the stigma about it.
Yeah. But you must have been suffering. Was you suffering in silence back then?
I can say that at first it started like that, but with FameLab, I kind of just had the microphone to shed light on it in public. Because, Steve, with having a baby, once the baby arrives, this is where the story ends for everyone, but really begins for the mother and the father. Because you're kind of expected to know what to be done and how to do it. But all you know is that this is overwhelming. I just want to sleep. So
sleep deprivation is the biggest.
100%. So the topic I was discussing, I was explaining pregnancy and depression after pregnancy, not just in women, but also in men. Because here's a very shocking statistic. So when we discovered what is the rate where women have postpartum depression, it's usually one mother out of each 7. But I would like you to take a wild guess around the percentage of men. How many new fathers have postpartum depression? What is the rate? What is the percentage?
1 in 10?
100%. You see, in women, it's one mother out of each 7, but in men, it's one father out of each 10. So you see, the numbers are shockingly close and scaringly close. And here's the thing, that with women, despite how overwhelming postpartum depression can really be, at least there is the good side of having a shoulder to cry on, having the societal pressure alleviated that, okay, dear, you can cry. Okay, let's express your emotions. Let's feel our feelings. But with men, it's never the case because they have to be macho the whole time. They're not allowed to cry. They're not allowed to break down because, come on, you're a man.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way. But I really didn't. I suppose you just felt that was the difficulty of having children.
Yes, exactly. So another thought that I was thinking about that is that as much as nature prepares women to become nurturing mothers, it also prepares fathers or men to become devoted dads. But with the mother, she starts to feel the baby from day one. But in contrary to fathers, they just we're happy, and then suddenly we have a baby in our hands.
Yeah.
So
much responsibility.
exactly 100%.
You don't want to kind of hold that baby too tightly, but you don't want to let the baby
exactly,
go.
100%. And I would like to share another interesting fact also regarding this specific point, because with women, usually all the female hormones are timed to birth, which is 0 hour. But there is a very interesting study that said in close partners, this internal clock is perfectly synchronized, even that 90% of men or fathers-to-be experience at least one pregnancy symptom. So when men says, or when men say, okay, honey, we're pregnant, yes, they are pregnant because they can experience at least one pregnancy symptom, whether it's anxiety, sleep deprivation, stress, eating disorders, or weight gain.
Yeah.
So they can have really some of these symptoms.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And would you say that this whole journey that you went on was because you participated in
FameLab? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. It's like, and I look at what the British Council has played a role in this, and
100%.
everybody else that's played a role in this.
100%.
For finding people like uncovering, and then getting somebody to work on the problem, and then trying to solve the problem.
100%.
And pitch it in 3 minutes.
100%. Yes, I would just like to say, because you've raised a very important point about what FameLab really taught me, because this journey has been an eye-opener and kind of very, very insightful. Because one quote that I really hold dearly to my heart is that find what you would die for and live for it. So this is what FameLab is really all about, because this is what I would really die for, and I lived for it. So FameLab really taught me that you're not the product of your unconquered fears or your unfulfilled dreams, but what you constantly do about them is what really defines you. And also FameLab taught me that just keep on your life, try to find your tribe. You don't have to fill yourself into a predefined box. You just have to try to find the people who you resonate the most with your own true self, because the journey with your tribe is really where all the magic happens.
So you talk about magic. Let's talk about your magic. What you've from there to where you are right now.
Yeah, all right. So
it's quite incredible what you've achieved.
Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you so much. Yani, I would really like to tell you that ever since I started FameLab, I like to take it with me every single step of the way, because usually when we speak about science, the first thing that comes to your mind is that, a lab coat, very big glasses, frizzy hair, but this is not what science is really about. So science could be fun, science could be engaging. So that's why during my day-to-day job right now as a product specialist in the allergy and immunology domain, so this is what I like to take with me. I no longer want to make science as separated or a secluded island. I just like to take this island with me and connect it to people. So I've been engaging a lot in public engagement, patient awareness, environmental involvement. And I've been, even with making trainings, I try to go the extra mile. So currently during my day-to-day job, I started to apply gamification, which is game-based learning. So I would be teaching or training some nurses to do a skin prick test, how to do the allergy. And I try to incorporate my personal spice or the FameLab spice in it, and try to put a little games in it, and we'll make a little competition. I'm taking its spirit with me, and I hope I can make it stay alive for as long as I shall live.
Unbelievable.
Oh, thank you so much.
And we get so many people that we're talking and we're celebrating about the British Council. But I think you've just summed it up. And I love that segment where you've just spoke about, because that is compliment to the British Council so much.
100%.
Because this is what happens. But I know this is happening on a global basis.
100%.
But meeting you, it's unbelievable what you're saying and how it's changed your life. And we talked about the ripples, right, at the beginning of the podcast.
Yes, I really love this analogy.
Yeah.
Because I really, really can feel it. Because I remember, there's one very sentimental moment for me after I won the national competition of FameLab in Qatar. So I was just happy and exhilarated because I'm going to represent Qatar in Cheltenham festivals in the UK. And for a moment, I forgot how impactful this topic was. But once I was going out, I just met a woman I've never met before in my whole life, and I've never met after, really. So she just came to me, "You're the girl who was talking about postpartum depression," and she just held me from my hands like this, and she told me, "Thank you, it explains a lot." And I was just in shock. I didn't understand what she was actually referring to. Has she been herself experiencing it? Was it her husband, for example? Because as the statistic we were just saying, it's closer than you think. This person could be your spouse, it could be your friend, it could be your brother, it could have been your dad, and he might not even have known about it.
Yeah, of course. I'm thinking about it now, and I'm thinking to myself, there are so many things that you just didn't consider.
Exactly.
But it's like what you're saying about this test that you're doing.
Exactly.
And it seems like I'm jumping around a little bit, but we didn't know back then.
100%.
And
As I was telling you, Steve, thank you also for raising this point, because according to my experience, I've been working in the allergy and immunology domain here in Qatar for 3 years now. And this is one of the areas that people do not know much about it, because there is a lot of myth and misconceptions, because people until this very day, they do not know, okay, I have allergy. And as we were just discussing, that the symptoms you have from the allergy is only the tip of the iceberg. This is what people can see: some coughing, some sniffing, some itching in the eyes, and all of that. But what people really don't see is that you cannot sleep well at night. The next morning, when you wake up, you feel a little bit, not a little bit, a lot. You feel tired a lot, and you cannot focus through your whole day. So this is what people don't see. So that's why I like to refer to allergy as the invisible thief, because what people see is the symptoms, but they don't understand the whole cycle. So what people don't know is that today you can actually know what is exactly causing your allergy, what is exactly the allergen causing your allergy, and to our surprise is that you can actually have a super customized treatment tailored exactly according to whatever allergy you have.
But I suppose we always, with me, I went through a stage where I thought it must be the food I'm eating or the food I'm not eating.
Yeah,
So,
I see.
but it's just, and again, I think you're wonderful, by the way, because
Thank you.
you're helping people that because nobody teaches us how to be parents.
100%.
And nobody teaches us the problems or the things that we're going to go through, emotional, sleep deprivation. So nobody's going to talk about those different things.
But I would like to draw your attention. I'm sorry to interrupt. For allergy, we have two main different kinds. So the part related to food, where you just, once you start ingesting this food, you'll start to have the symptoms. And there is the other part, which is the major part with the more severe symptoms, we can say, which is the aeroallergens or the environmental allergens. So these allergens, you do not see them. You just happen to sniff them around. It goes into your respiratory system. So it could be like dander from your house cat. It could be from the dog. It could be also one very, very common. It's called the house dust mites. So the house dust mites are available basically everywhere. They can lurk in your pillows, your mattresses, blankets, curtains, carpets, and you don't see them.
I'm going home to clean when I go back.
Here's the thing, it's not about cleaning. No matter whoever the cleanest person in this whole entire world, house dust mites does not have to do with cleanliness. So they will still be there, but there are some measures that you can actually take, like use some hypoallergenic bed covers or bed sheets, and also try to get yourself tested to know if you're allergic to house dust mites. You can have your treatment customized and tailored for your need.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to get this test.
Yeah, me too.
I can't wait. Did you believe, with everything that you've learned now, did you believe that it was going to all come from FameLab?
Never in my life. Never in my life. And here's the thing, Steve. I would like also to refer to FameLab as a snowball. It starts very tiny, because you were just mentioning the ripple effect. And I really like this analogy, because I'd like to say that FameLab is my small snowball. It started kind of very small, just having a 3-month-old baby and trying to understand more about it, and then making it and presenting it in front of 2,000 people in Qatar, and then presenting it globally or internationally on a very international platform. And then people start to relate to whatever you're saying. And then this step takes you to another step, takes you to another step. So even in my day-to-day life, as I was telling you, this is not how my job is really done. But as I told you, because I usually add my personal spices or my FameLab spices because I like to take it everywhere with me, that's why I believe I excelled at my job, and it made me very distinguished among my peers.
What were you like with pitching when you had to do the first pitch?
Oh my God. I remember my very first pitch. It was during university, actually. And I remember at the moment I stood on stage, I felt everything went silent and I could hear nothing but my heartbeats, and not like heartbeats. You know, I can even hear my breathing in, breathing out. I almost ran out of breath. I feel like I looked like a ghost because I was very transparent. There was no blood in my face. So once I started to speak the first word, I just had this little confidence building up. And I would tell you that with presentations or public speaking, I like to say that it only takes 20 seconds of courage, because it's only the first 20 seconds where you're very self-aware, whether it's at the presentation in university. In my students' activity, it's called Scopes, and where it is the simulation of the careers that pharmacists can work in after they graduate. So at first I was a participant, and then I was a mentor or an instructor to explain to other students. So I would like to say that just like FameLab, it's just the little snowball, or as I like to call it, the 20 seconds of courage.
20 seconds of courage. You've come out with such wonderful things today.
Thank you so much.
And with the British Council, what is it like for you? What's the organisation to you? What does it mean to you?
I would like to say that this is where I met my tribe. Because as I was telling you, that trying to find your tribe or your kind of people, trying to find people with like-minded individuals, this is where all the journey happens. So it's no longer about the destination or where we will be at the very end. It's just about how we can enjoy this journey little by little. So as I was telling you, just FameLab and the British Council helped me to find my tribe, because right now I thought these kind of people never existed, because I had such difficult time trying to find people who thinks like me or who talks like me or who has similar interests or similar problems or anything like that. But with the British Council, with FameLab, I found that my tribe is just here around me. I can just find them everywhere, and that I can take them with me everywhere. So even until now, we just are in contact with my colleagues back then, people who I knew from FameLab, because I like to say that this is where everything began. Yeah,
I love the name tribe.
Tribe, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been looking for them, because I've been here in Qatar for 7 years, even before I started with FameLab. And at first, this transition, I cannot tell you how devastating it was, because I just had to leave my job back in Egypt and I relocated to Qatar. So it was everything brand new and I couldn't find my people. So I kept searching for them. And then once I found a FameLab and the British Council, this is where I found my tribe, because your journey with your tribe is where really all the magic happens.
With what you're doing now, it must be so rewarding.
Very. You have no idea. The thing is, this is where I feel most alive, because you were just discussing the ripple. So this is an analogy that I'll keep referring to every now and then, because this is what really motivated me ever since university up until this moment, and I hope it will still be my motive until the day I die. So this is something that I really work on. And as I was saying, that I really, back in university, I just wanted to change the world. But growing up and learning more about myself and more about the people around me, I no longer want to change the world. I just want to become the most inspired version of myself. Because once this happens, it will automatically inspire those who are around me in the closer circle. And with this ripple effect, we can make a change that we can never imagine would have happened.
And I just want to put this back to you because we are all trying to say some wonderful things. We're not trying to, it's part of our lives about saying good things about the British Council. But let me give a message to the British Council. This lady has been the best advocate ever in what she said today. And every single individual that's working for the British Council, you take a big pat on the back because you deserve it. Because if you're encouraging individuals like Aya, you are doing the biggest job ever for humanity and for making sure that this world is a better place. That's what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Steve.
You are incredible.
This really means the world to me. This really means the world to me, and I'm so happy to see you in action today.
Dear me, I'm really proud. I'm really proud of you. And I'm hoping, like you just said to me, I'm hoping that I know you for the rest of my life. Because what you've done, what you've created, and what the British Council and FameLab has done, this is what the world needs most of all. And we need to keep on celebrating these messages, these stories.
I'm speechless. You have no idea what your words mean to me. It really means the world.
You are incredible.
It really means the world. And it's reciprocal. I would like to know you for the rest of my life. And we have this test to do it.
You're fantastic.
Thank you so much,
There's only
Steve.
one. And I don't want to say any more because I can't better anything you've said already.
Thank you so much, Steve.
You're a celebration. And we should all be celebrating you. And of course, we're celebrating the British Council.
Thank you so much, Steve. It really means the world to me.
One of the biggest questions now is one word. I think you've already got it anyway. But one word that means the most to you for the British Council.
Home. Home. It is my home.
I can't.
And my tribe. Yeah.
It's been an incredible journey that I've just come on this morning. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a lovely morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you for everybody listening. Take pleasure in this, especially every single one of you that works for the British Council. This is what you get up for on a daily basis, and we need to celebrate you so much.
Okay, so to conclude our session today, I would just like to say that men and women require a very special ingredient to become mommy and daddy. This special ingredient is the closest thing we know to a superpower. So I just want Layla to know that you will always have two superheroes in your back.